You know, before I learned or before I knew about the banyan tree, I'm sure I knew about it as a child, but I didn't see Tarzan in this tree. I just saw him swinging from the tree and never saw the full tree. And these trees are so beautiful. How could you not be reminded of beauty of even your grandparents? You know, I'll say a great-grandfather. My great-grandfather, one of the reasons why I cried so heavily when he passed away is because he was a protector. When he was around, I knew people wouldn't say certain things. I knew people wouldn't do certain things because they did not want to disrespect him. You know, there's a lot to be said about respect, about going into a room and saying hello or good morning. When we enter a room silently and we don't even so much as speak to the next person, it doesn't make anyone feel better. You know, a smile usually means friendship to everyone. You know, it's a small world after all, that song that we grew up listening and singing, you know, in the auditorium in PS 27. You know, I really loved my experiences of growing up in Yonkers. You know, where we lived at in T-Bot Avenue, the neighborhood was changing. My mother had done tenant patrol and tried to keep our neighborhood safe, our buildings safe. But sometimes you can only do but so much. So it's time for us to move. And when it's time to move, you could think whatever you want to think. God is going to show you otherwise. And he was giving my mother all the different synchronicities, letting her know, because we didn't know, we were kids. And we moved to Yonkers. In Yonkers, we found a whole new essence of love. The neighborhood, we had a lot of immigrants in the neighborhood who looked out for the children, you know. Even when they didn't realize they were doing it. Sometimes they would just try to talk to the kids, and even with the accents, the German accents, you knew that these older women really had the best of intentions for you. So it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing knowing that we were loved, you know. Going to the corner store and getting an ice pop for 35 cents. You would dream of paying that kind of money in the Bronx. That price was not the same. You know, it was just an amazing transition. We had a backyard. We had a front door and a back door. And we were on the first floor. We had a porch in the front yard. You know, I mean, it was just so amazing what God did for us. We moved there. You know, my grandmother was able to move, you know, on the top floor. And the neighbors in the middle were Spanish, but we were all family. When we ran out of something, you could actually knock on the door and say, you have a cup of sugar. You could lend another person or something. You could have a barbecue in the backyard and know that everyone was safe. It was during that time that I had two best friends, Jeffrey and Alex. Now, Alex had an older brother, I think Alejandro, and very handsome, I think. But we were just kids, you know. We were growing up, having fun, running up and down the street, riding bikes. You know, we were enjoying my pogo stick. You know, I sneaked my brother's unicycle. He didn't know, you know, that I knew how to ride, because behind his back, I was riding, because I refused to believe that my grandmother could give him a unicycle and me a pogo stick, while I just hop around in the same spot and he rides around the world on a unicycle. Not in my lifetime, you know. So we grew up, and I did not realize that my two best friends were fighting over me. Alex was Spanish, and Jeffrey was Caucasian with red hair. And Slicker, his dog, gave me my first bloody nose, because his dog knew how he felt about me and used to jump all over me. Who knew? My mother had to explain to me the difference between friendship and love, and how, you know, love is always going to win. And I told her, I love both of them. They're my friends. I was so innocent. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what I was embarking upon. We don't know what God has in mind for us. God is our parent, teaching us, nurturing us, and allowing us to see that he is presenting something before us. What we don't understand is that we need to just let go and let flow. Let it happen. Let the sun come out today. Allow things to come into perspective. Allow us to embrace what is coming about. The day comes about from darkness to light, right? We have no control over how the day unfolds. However, you asked to come here. You were once on a whole different earth plane. You asked God to come here. You said, look, I will do this, I will do that. You were very ambitious. You said, I'm going to do all these wonderful things when I get there. I'm going to help save the earth. And once you got here, you forgot. Your memory was erased. You had no idea that you were supposed to be promoting love. You were supposed to give love to even the trees. In Canada, oh my goodness, they hug the trees. They allow the earth to unfold in such a different way where they are respectful of it. You have waterfalls coming down, and my duckling has come to see me. Hi, Pumpkin, how you doing? You feeling okay today? Yeah? Yeah? Look at my baby. Look at the baby. Look at the baby. You want to say hello? Say hello, huh? That's the baby, all right? It's my Pumpkin. When I come here, he always comes over here. So, here we are. In life, we are respectful of nature. We are loving nature. You might not have to hug the tree. You could just touch the tree. But the tree is giving you more than just oxygen. Our trees support us on a whole different level. Although a lot of us are awakening right now to that fact. If I go too deep, you're going to be saying I'm crazy, so I'm going to let that go. But what I am going to say is this. We can be respectful of our resources, our environment, loving the essence of it all. The ducks, the birds, they don't fly over here for no reason, okay? Everyone needs to be understood and respected. Remember that as you go throughout your day. You might get upset with the person. You might even not understand the next person. But you can at least acknowledge and respect them. So when you walk into a room and people are just standing around, sometimes they will be nervous and they'll need someone to just say good morning to release some of that uncomfortable feeling that they might feel within. When we love on different levels. It's time for us to begin to respect and to express more of that love. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is so lovely being here.